Morning! Welcome to my video blog. So the first thing that I want to say about is family, because I have realised, so the first couple of weeks were a real battle for me coming, which I hadn't really anticipated because I so love big groups of people and I so love meeting new people. I thought the whole walking into school, big rooms, lots of people, I didn't really think I'd feel the whole walking in on my own thing, but actually I really have, and that I think is because family is really valuable and it's really important to have your people. So I now kind of have a few groups of people that I just love dearly, and so each day I just make a point of standing or sitting next to those people that I know and love, and it makes such a difference, and I feel so much more able to flourish rather than feeling overwhelmed by the masses. I'm coming from a place of just loving the one in front of me, and having brothers and sisters that are the people that I'm doing that with. And that's been awesome. And kind of alongside that, something they said at school was about learning to be a son or daughter, whether or not the leadership over you in this season is what you were hoping for, just learning to come as a son or daughter instead of an orphan. And yeah, I just have found that really helpful, the idea of being like, well, regardless, I mean, I love the leaders who are over me, but regardless of whether I do, I am honouring the leaders who are here and getting what I can from everyone, and that just feels really key. Just learn to be a good receiver, learn to be a good son or daughter and a good lover, a good family member. And then when you do meet people who you think are going to be lifelong connection people, you're becoming as someone who's used to loving well rather than someone who isn't. Then the other thing is I've just had such revelation again of the gospel. So obviously we believe that that God created man and created us to be together with him, and that man made bad choices, and because of that God's perfection was too perfect for us, and we'd fallen short of that. We were not making choices that enabled us to come into his presence, and so God sent his son Jesus, and Jesus died, taking away all our bad stuff and giving us the perfection that he walked in. And he rose from the dead, so not only do we get all the bad stuff taken away, but we also get new life and fullness of life and joy and peace and comfort. And I have just come into fresh realisation of how much in my life really is new. And so actually I am made new. I've been reading Romans loads because it's awesome, and just realising really I'm made new. My default is no longer to be selfish or to beat other people down. My default is to love people well, and actually the more I believe that that's my default, which it is, the more I believe the truth of that, the more I see the fruit of that. Whereas if I believe that actually I'm still working on my mind because my mind is still bad and my mind is still naturally really selfish, then I find it really hard to make unselfish decisions. But when I believe, no, my mind is Christ lives in me and helps me to make good choices. And I don't know if this will make sense to everyone, but I am already feeling fruit from that, so that's really fun. I'm gonna just make a little video too, just to tell another story of what's happening, so watch that if you want to.